Hi friends, today we are going to talk about another data type which is nothing but a set data type. Set is again a sort of data type. What we say about set in the set is an unordered and unindexed data type. So why is it unordered and unindexed data type? I'll talk about it. Okay, but end of the day, the set is nothing but a collection of items. Let's say I have some set of items. So just I mention them within the flower braces. I mention the list of all the values within the flower braces. So set is an unordered and unindexed. So why do I say set is unordered and unindexed in the sense? When I try to, all the items that are mentioned within the set are not ordered at all. And even though, and you try to take the index of these values, the index of these values will not remain same. Sometimes this value can appear here, this value can appear here, this value can appear anywhere. Okay, so we cannot access the elements making use of the index. That's the reason we say it as unindexed. But if you see in the list and tuples, we try to index them making use of index of 0 or 1. We used to access the elements making use of indexes. But here, when we are talking about set, we cannot do that because you cannot access the elements making use of indexing. And why I'm saying unordered in the sense, we cannot display the elements in the same order in the way that we have mentioned for the variable. Suppose I have this like this. Okay, if I try to display this particular variable, the values will not be appearing in the same ordered fashion. They will be just a bit unordered. I mean, the second element can be in the first position, the third element can be in the last position. So that way it can be a bit unordered when we talk about set data type. Okay, so when I'm talking about set data type, let me show you some of the ways how we normally have a set. How do we do set creation? How do we add elements to a set? Okay, so if you see here, I have a variable s, and I have list of values. Okay, I had variable s and list of values. I'm mentioning within flower braces. I'm mentioning the set of values in the flower braces. You see here when I'm trying to print, it is mentioning like list of values. List of values are mentioned like 1, 2, 3, and when you try to print them, it was showing just as integers. Okay, and if you try to mention what is a type of data type, this data type is set. That's the reason it is showing the data type as set. When you try to use type function on top of the variable, it was showing the data type as set. Now coming back to the list of values with duplicate values. List of values here, when you see the set of values that you're mentioning, one is being repeated, right? When you try to see the set of values with repeated values, actually set will take only the value only once. Even though you try to repeat the values, it will not allow you to repeat the values. It will not take the repeated values. Instead, it will show you only the unique values from the set of values. And you can also try to make a set. You can also try to make a set from a list. How do you make a set from the list? In the sense, you initially define list. Okay, you initially define the list and mention the set function on top of the list. This is list. Okay, this is list. And you try to mention the set function on top of the list. Then what it will happen? It is going to create a set out of the list. If you want to initiate an empty set, okay, if you want to initiate an empty set, just mention set function. It will create an empty set. And if you see, the data type of this particular variable will be set. Till now we have seen the set of values and how to create an empty set, how to convert a list into a set, and how the duplicates are handled in set. Now I'm going to show you some of the functions that we have as part of this particular set. When I try to index, as I told you, this is a list of values that these are the set of values that I have in the variable. As I told you before, when I try to index, okay, when I try to index the value from the set, okay, when I try to index the value from the set, since this is doesn't support indexing, it will give me set object doesn't support indexing here. Okay, when I try to index this value, it is since set doesn't support indexing, it is going to give me set doesn't support indexing error. So as I told you, it is unordered and unindexed, right? So now what we are going to talk about is if I want to add an element to a set. If I want to add an element to the set, so what will happen? Mention the variable name dot add function, set variable name dot add function, and mention the element that you want to add. Okay, so variable name, add, and mention the value that you want to add. I'm adding 2. Now see, I have 1, 2, 3. Since it is, I'm again telling you, since it is unordered, so it is not adding to the last, but instead it can be anywhere within the set. Now, suppose if I want to update the values. Okay, so suppose if I want to update the values, add multiple values. Okay, if I want to update the set with multiple values, what will happen? I make use of update. This is only for adding one element, but if I have multiple elements, making use of update and mention the list of values that you want to add. Variable name of the set, use update function. Within the update function, mention the list of values that you want to add to the set. Since I have a duplicate value, you don't see that repeating again. But if you see 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6 are being added because there is something like I'll just try to make it 4. Okay, there's a small error over here. I try to make it 4, and see, I'm just running this. Okay, so initially I'm trying to see, that was the error. And if you run this one, you have 3. And now when I try to add, okay, 4, when I try to add comma, sorry, this is comma 1, and I try to add, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if since I was repeating this value, this will not be shown, but 4, 5, 6, it got added over here, right? So this add function is for one element. For multiple elements, go with update function. Suppose I want to add a list and set to the existing ones. I want to add for this existing set, I want to add a list and a set. So how can you do that in this? You can make use of the same update function like how we have used before. The same way, try to make use of the update function. Add list of values here. Add list of values and the set of values that you want to add. List of values and set of values you want to add. If you see 2, 3 are repeating, so they will not be added. 8, 9, 10 should be added. So when I try to run it again, you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is already there. 8, 9, and 10 will be added at the end. That means if you see here, this is something that update function will be able to add multiple elements. Apart from that, it will allow you to add a list of values and a set of values also within the set. This is for adding the values. Suppose if I want to do something like removing of elements from the set. Okay, so if I want to remove the elements from the set, you see here, I have a set of values over here. Okay, now I say discard function. Discard of 4 will remove that value from the set. Discard of the value which you want to remove will remove that particular element from the set. Apart from that, you can remove an element making use of remove function also. Discard is a function, apart from that the alternative is remove function. So what will happen? We remove of the value, variable name dot remove of value will remove that particular value from the set. So we have discard, we have remove function, alternate ways of removing the values from the set. And if I try to remove a value which is not mentioned in the set, then it gives me a key error. It gives me a key error that it is some sort of key error, and it is, since it is not able to find that particular value within this particular set. Now we have seen the discard function. Okay, when we use a discard function, if the value is not there also, this will not give me error. When the discard element, when we use discard function, even the element is not there in the set, the 7 value is not there in the set, right? This discard function will not give me error, but the remove function will give me error. The difference between remove and discard: remove gives the error if the value is not present in the set, but the discard function will not give any error if the value doesn't exist in the set. And also we can make use of pop function. Okay, we can make use of the pop function. Pop function removes the value randomly from the set. Okay, so that is the main purpose of pop function. Okay, if you want to clear all the elements from the set, if you want to clear all the elements from the set, just make use of s dot clear, variable name dot clear. It will just maintain an empty set, and it will just remove all the elements from that particular set. So these are the Python set operations that we have as part of the set data type. Okay, so in the next video, we will try to look at something important with respect to Python. And for now, just go through the set functions and just let us know if you have any questions over there. Okay, thank you.